You've been hurt in an accident or on the job. You can be sure there will be challenges you haven't even thought of. And that's what we're going to talk about today with Richard Griffin of the Griffin Law Firm. I guess we're not going to call them problems, we're going to call them challenges.
Very good.
Let's
Either
do that.
way, they are very difficult. That is for sure. People get so frustrated in a workers' comp claim because when you can't work and you're at home and you're in pain and you just want to get better. And what happens is an adjuster doesn't always start those benefits on time. So you need your money. You need your lost wages are mounting up, your bills are piling up. You need treatment. And a lot of times I get calls from people and the adjuster says, no, we're not going to authorize that MRI, or maybe they just drag it out. Maybe they need to see a specialist, a pain management, or a surgeon. And those things they drag out forever. And people are literally losing their belongings trying to make ends meet. It is really sad.
It's why you've got to have an advocate, because nobody's going to be on your team except for you and your lawyer who you hire. And I bet you've got a good example.
I do. He's such a nice fellow. He got hurt. He was a manager at a gas station, and an armed robber came in and demanded money. And instead of, he tried to get the money for him, but he had limited money to give. And he got hit in the head with a gun, knocked to the ground, injured his neck, his back, but mainly had concussion and just the anxiety and fear that with that brain injury that he had was very difficult for him to get back to work. He ended up hiring an attorney. If he hadn't, he would have been even in worse shape. But the attorney that was working on it just wasn't really keeping the adjuster's feet to the fire. He wasn't getting his checks on time, and then they stopped, and he didn't fight to get them started. He wouldn't get his mileage reimbursed, because when you go to the doctor, to a workers' comp doctor, or to the pharmacist, you should get mileage reimbursements. He wasn't getting those. They weren't paying for prescriptions, so he and his wife were having to sell their belongings. They were selling their jewelry, their guns, their electronics, all the different things, because they didn't have enough money to pay the bills, take care of their children. So he got frustrated and he fired that attorney, and he ended up looking for another one, and he found me. And we took that case, and within 60 days, we got him all the back benefits that he was owed. We got him all the mileage and the prescriptions reimbursed, and we got him a $80,000 settlement. So it was one where we made a huge difference. This is a graphic that I made, and basically you can see on the left side, unpaid medical expenses or medical that's not being authorized. That can also include those prescriptions. That was a huge problem. We ended up getting those things paid for him very, very quickly. Unpaid workers' comp checks, you are living off those, and your family is as well. We fought with the adjuster, and we're going to take it to court if needed. We ended up getting those paid for him as well. And then he just wanted out of the system. He was so frustrated and so tired of dealing with an insurance company that was saying no, fighting all the time to get everything that he needed to be paid and those weekly checks. He wanted us to get a settlement for him, and we got him an $80,000 settlement.
You mean on top of all of the other payments?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So he was, and this was such a nice gentleman and such a great family, and we were so happy to be able to help and make an impact in their life. And that's the kind of thing we want to do for anybody that's out there. If it's a workers' comp injury or if you get hurt in a car accident, either way, you're going to have a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, and you need help. And the phone call's free. Hiring us is on a contingency fee. So unless we get that, unless we win, unless we get you the settlement that you need and deserve, then we don't get paid.
Well, I think what's interesting about this story is he did have an attorney. He did the right thing. He called someone. How do you know that when you're getting a good attorney or when you're not getting a good attorney? How do you know that?
I think a lot of times, a show like this is very helpful because you get to get a feeling for the attorney. If you don't get to talk to the attorney, that's probably a red flag. I mean, if you've got questions, you need to talk to that attorney. You need to feel good about them, know that they're going to work hard for you, that they know what they're doing. If you go to my website, how do you pick an attorney? We have 3 different things to look at. We have the firm awards, the ratings, the peer reviews. I've got AV preeminent rating. That's the highest rating you have ethically and legal skill-wise for workers' comp and personal injury. You can look at the past settlements the firm's had. If there's a good track record, then there's a good chance they're a good firm for you. And then client reviews. See what other clients say. All those things are at 877painlaw.com, and I encourage everyone to take a look at that. There's a lot of great information, but nothing replaces making that phone call. It's free, and I can talk to you one-on-one about your case and explain what your rights are, how we can help, what your case is worth, and how we can fight to make sure you get that recovery that you need and deserve.
And you really do talk to people one-on-one.
I
know
do,
that.
I
Thank you
do.
so much,
Thank you.
Richard. So interesting. Don't forget to get the help you need. Contact the Griffin Law Firm. Call 877-PAIN-LAW. You can also log on to 877painlaw.com.